What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today is an exciting one. As you can see in the title, I've got my hands on a little bit of a hidden gem, and I am absolutely pumped to take it out on its maiden voyage today. It is right behind me here. It is an absolutely beautiful machine, and although it might have a fraction of the power of all my previous machines, it is at least double the cool factor. You just do not see these around very often anymore, especially not in this condition. It is absolutely mint, and probably for good reason, because they are notorious death machines. So my goal today on the maiden voyage is just to keep it on all three tires. We're gonna get right into this video, gonna get this loaded up and head out. But first, let's do this thing in honor and do a nice little montage. Just the lightest tap of the starter and boom, she's turned over. Pretty incredible. Keep in mind, almost 40 years, and that is an original engine. Okay, first big test of the day. Lean forward. So far, so good.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same? I hope you're not planning to waste my time. To my surprise, that was her reply. Now we vibe. It's been a while and such a ride, the stars align. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role.
Okay, we made it. First part of the trip, a success so far. We're ready to hit the trail, but I've got one last thing to do in order to pay true respect to the 80s era. There we go. Now we're looking the part. I pulled a little inspiration from my dad, as you can see in this picture here, for this outfit. I think we hit it bang on. There's only one thing left to do. That's to enjoy this old beauty.
We getting crazy in a different role. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Crazy in a different role.
I gotta say, that thing is a wicked ride. That original 1985 suspension is just as plush as ever. But the trail's been just nice, sandy, smooth ride so far. Now we've got ourselves some nice deep mud holes. There are some cheater trails to go around all these, but Big Tan is no cheater. So straight down the pipe we go. The best thing about these things is they're so light, if you get stuck, you just hop off the side and throw them over. So what's the worst that can happen? Well, that was clearly way too easy. Hopefully the next ones are a little deeper.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that last little run got the heart running. We still need a true challenge, and I think this might be it. Not too sure how deep it is. It feels a little mucky on the bottom, so I might have to dance a little bit. Let's give it a shot. Match. Losing my shoe. Oh no. Lost the croc.
Two hours later.
Woo! There you go. That was a little more of a challenge. Biggest enemy of Big Tan are logs under the water. Those you pretty much have to get off of and kind of throw it over. Letting her drain off. I had some camera gear in there, but I took it out before just because I had a feeling we might get her wet.
Many hours later.
Lost both crock stack time, stalled it in the middle of the hole, and we still made her. I'm convinced this thing's unstoppable. Now, just as I make the big claim that three-wheelers are unstoppable, I wave my white flag. So we came up to this beast. Now, I've been across this before. One of our very first videos on this channel, go ahead and hit this link, is us going through this on our modded 1000 Can-Ams that were built specific for mud. So we've been here, I know what it's like, and I don't feel like pushing this thing for an hour through this thing. I'm confident I could do it, because like you've seen, you just get off and pull it along with you, but it's a lot of work, and I'd sooner get to the lake and wash myself and the machine off. So I surrender, but maybe one day, maybe one day. Made it to our destination. Mom and Dad are just setting up the lunch station. Have a couple smokies. Got the beach to ourselves today. Big Tan has done phenomenal. I think it's fair to say he has proven himself. Overall, I'm very impressed. These sandy trails are just full of whoops, and honestly, they can be really annoying and rough to ride, but I gotta say, this original 1985 suspension is just as plush as it was coming off the showroom floor. It is phenomenal. It is a fun ride. And I mean, it spoke for itself in the mud. It's a beast. So far, Big Tan, I'm a big fan. Got Dad braving the rain. Wow. And it's paying off. Ooh, we got a big one. Got supper on the end of the line. Ooh, just a little torpedo. A little too small for the frying pan.
Son of a gun.
I don't know if you can tell, we are getting rained on pretty good. So I think we are just packing up and gonna start making our way back.
Where it's dry.
Where it's dry. Well, as amazing as Big Tan is, and as well as this has been holding up for being almost 40 years old, there's no doubt some advantages to the new machines. As I'm getting suited up in my raincoat, and they are drier than a popcorn fart inside their cab.
Nice and dry.
With heat to boot. So I love you, Big Tan. There's room for improvement. I've had my fun on it. It's only fitting that my dad, who actually rode trikes back in his day, has his turn on Big Tan. When was the last time you rode a trike?
Probably back in the early 90s, late 80s.
Late 80s, and it probably would have been pretty much the same thing, eh?
Actually,
Big Red 250.
We drove a exact same Big Red, yes.
Yeah.
But also the good old 110.
Oh.
Power machine, the 110. seen them all.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to be on this one. This thing was a fancy little machine in its day.
In its day. And isn't it pretty cool that 40 years later it's still holding up?
Actually, and runs awesome. You don't see many of these around no more.
No, definitely not.
Not in this kind of shape.
Not in this shape, that's the thing.
I'm off.
And he's up.
See you at the finish line.
Woo-hoo. Can hardly keep up.
Well, one thing I forgot about these old bikes is they're sure rough.
What? No way.
This poor old body just took a beating. Still pretty awesome.
Just as I was talking it up, saying that the trike was smooth. Well, maybe not the smoothest, but you're the coolest.
It is. Very cool.
She my do or die, my bona fide. My up when I'm down, she's always beside me. She makes me feel alive, I won't deny. Her love for me is real and kinda suicide-y. She's not the same, she's such a rare type. She's far from plain, at least in my eyes. She said if I cross her, I'll be in the grave or under a type, but yeah, that's still my babe. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role.
Well, it never fails. As soon as you get back, get loaded up, the sun decides it wants to come out and shine. But it could be worse. Could have been loading up in torrential downpours, so I'm not going to complain. All in all, it was a successful day. Big Tan passed with flying colors. So stay tuned. We are going to continue to test its limits. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.